Hello, readers, and welcome to Park City Dispatch with Terrence and Joey. Terrence and Joey here, remarking from our first full day at the Sundance Film Festival. It's pretty cold.
It's cold, we're hairy, we're tired.
God. Yes, it's about a little past midnight. We just got out of seeing Crystal Fairy, our first screening here at the Sundance Film Festival, and well, I guess we'll recap a little bit of the madness for you. So we went to the press office today. It was kind of crazy.
Apparently, the way it works is anything that you're not scheduled to see or you want to see, not a straight up press screening, premiere, anything like that, you have to request, and they only do 2 days in advance. But after a couple days, you're allowed to do 2 films at a time. So it's a strategy crapshoot, real weird thing. But then there's also people to decide for certain films that if you're smart enough to ask for, like a magic password, they present a ticket to. So somehow I scored a ticket to Don John's Addiction in a couple days. So
yeah, that'll be fun.
Yes, Joseph Gordon-Levitt making his directorial debut. God, I hope it's not bad.
I was gonna say I hope all of our films are not bad, but then again we just came back.
We're 0 for 1.
We just came back from a party.
Yes.
After seeing Crystal Fairy. So yes, Crystal Fairy. What?
Michael Cera is in a movie where you would think he's showing some range, but then he up and doesn't. Now, granted, he's funny, and individual moments of the movie are funny, but it is a bit meandering.
It's a mess.
Yeah,
it's. I mean, it wasn't aided by the fact that we were sitting in the second row, but it goes all over the place, and it just didn't cohere at any point in time, and there was some weird things tonally, like the movie, certain actors in the movie, Gabby Hoffman being one, she's like operating in a sphere that's not the movies, and then when they try and dump the character reveal exposition at the last 10 minutes, it rang really false to me.
And then they just end.
Yeah, and then they just end the movie.
Here's something you didn't know about this character. Okay, we're done.
Yeah, I will say though that the three brothers,
the Silva brothers.
Yeah, the Silva brothers, they were really good.
One of whom wrote and directed the film.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them in another movie. This movie is in the World's Dramatic Competition, I believe, and it is told partly it's English and Spanish.
Yes, it's Chilean film. Chilean production.
Chilean production, and so like, I really liked the aesthetics of it and how we really felt like we were in Chile. And just going on this road trip, I still think this movie is Y Tu Mama Tambien mixed with all the random American movies about kids trying to score drugs.
Yeah, it obviously, it wanted to be that hip, like, drugs are cool, man, but it didn't really do that. Like, the main thrust of the film is trying to find a cactus to basically get high off.
Yeah, that was, and I mean, those scenes where after they drank the cactus and what was going on with the little brother were pretty interesting, but
it's a 100-minute movie that really needs to be like 80 at max.
God, oh my gosh, yeah, I would totally agree with that. It just went all over the place. Like that's the best way to describe it. It didn't cohere, and it tried to cohere at the very end, but within 5 minutes of the very end, not like 20.
It's not terrible, but it's
no, it was terrible.
It's a thumbs down.
And
I'm generous with 2 stars.
Yeah, the music. No, I'd go 1, 1.5.
Oh, I reserve that for
no,
much worse things than this.
That was pretty bad. No, what was really just weird, like there was some, like I mentioned, the aesthetics, and I thought the cinematography was pretty good. And the sound design was interesting in places.
Like, don't say good, say interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting in places, like that first phone call where Gabby Hoffman's character, Crystal Fairy, calls Michael Cera's character, and he hangs up the phone, and then you hear like that, what, I can't remember.
It's not, but it's close to like, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it was close, but it also used like those, like screeching strings. Yeah. I can't remember what movie that's from.
It was their version of like a Psycho shower scene kind of sound.
Yeah,
it was very like horror movie for 2 seconds, and then
it was very funny. Yeah,
we're back to being funny.
There's some very shocking moments in the film. I have to say, a lot of nudity
On the part of Gabby Hoffman.
on the part of Gabby Hoffman.
Which actually ties into what we're about to talk about, which is the party we went to afterwards.
Oh yeah, so we went to the party at the High West Distillery and Saloon.
Where apparently you can't order Jack Daniels.
The bartender would not let Joey order Jack Daniel, Jack and Coke. He made us get whiskey and Coke, but the whiskey was
homemade and not bad.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I could only have one though. It was too strong. But yeah, we saw Michael Cera.
One of the Silver Brothers, at least. If not a
Yeah,
couple.
one of the Silver Brothers. We saw
Gabby Hoffman,
which was very awkward after
Yes.
seeing her naked in this film to see her 20 minutes later.
which Terrence did not help things by trying to smile at her. She
I was trying to just
did
be
everything
nice.
but scream pervert at you.
No, because she came up the stairs just looking so angry. I was like,
because
what is the deal?
everyone's leering at her.
I was not leering at her. I was just like, hi.
True, I was leering at Jason Reitman.
And yeah, Jason Reitman was there. Gael Garcia Bernal. Yeah, this would be interesting. Sundance has been... I saw Mark Malkin from E! Not the biggest celebrity in the world, but still, for me, that was pretty like, oh, okay.
So did other outlets, the In Contention, HuffPost / Film, they're all here.
Yeah, saw Guy Lodge from Variety, so that was pretty...
Everyone makes eye contact and kind of goes, yeah, we know your Twitter handle.
Well, I mean, it's interesting being here. It's like, that party was sort of like, okay, we're going to just be running into these people, and we tried to give each other pep talks to go talk to these celebrities, but we both failed.
It's not that big a deal.
Miserably.
I tend to be the let him be, unless it's a meet and greet, so...
I mean, yeah, it's just interesting that, like, this is our first time attending, the site's first time going as well, and so you hear all these things about, like, the celebrities are out roaming the streets, and you're bumping all these people, and then you don't really believe that until you actually get here in it.
Well, the thing we didn't realize is, first of all, Park City, not big. Second
Not
of
at
all, the festival really only uses, like, 3 blocks. It uses Main Street, Park Avenue, and then a ways away. So there's 4 or 5 different theaters we'll be at, and 2 or 3 of them are in one place, and then there's a couple that are just off the beaten path.
Yeah, I liked the holiday cinemas that we screened the movie, and it was very just tucked into the shopping center.
Which is not far from the Eccles, which is the big one that everyone knows about, which is the 1,600-seater. I have a couple there. Do you have any?
In the Eccles?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. We're having scheduling conundrums already.
Yes, I have had to push back about 3 times on, like, Don John's is probably my number 1 film. I mean, you people who read know what I put on. I forgot. That's what happens when you write a lot. You forget immediately what you wrote. But Don John's is up there, so I'm seeing it. I have my ticket. I can't even show it to you.
Oh my! Are you serious?
See, I'm there. Expect a review.
Yeah, we'll be reviewing Don John's Addiction. Yeah, I don't...
What do we have on? What do you have for tomorrow?
Tomorrow is A River Changes Course. And then lunch with PR guy. Hopefully that'll be fun.
As I look to see what I'm actually seeing tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I'm seeing. And it depends, because I put in a special request.
Likewise.
For Kill Your Darlings. And
I see that in the 19th.
I hope to see that, because I'm going to miss the press and industry screening.
Yeah.
But more than likely, I'll be going to see A Teacher, which, if you read my top 10 list, it was my number 10 film, so I'm very excited to see that.
My big one tomorrow is Mud. So as you're probably watching this, I'll be watching Mud. And then I know I'm seeing The Spectacular Now at some point, but that's a movie that I've had to push 17 times, it feels like. The day, as you guys are reading this, the next day is when we start having our 3, 4, 5 movies at a time. Tomorrow is actually more parties than movies, which is going to be interesting.
So is the 21st, but we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so above all, so your number 1 most anticipated movie of Sundance is Don John's Addiction.
I think so. I think it's that and Spectacular Now.
Mine is definitely Fruitvale.
I'm looking as I talk.
And it'll just be interesting to see, what sort of takes off at this fest. Not really hearing too many, like, oh my god, you have to go see it today from today's selection of movies.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's maybe to be expected, but
hopefully soon.
yeah, in the next couple of days, hopefully we'll be able to see, and maybe, who knows, they've had a good track record of having at least one Best Picture contender.
Which reminds me that I lied about my number one. My number one is Before Midnight, which
Before Midnight
could very well be the Oscar player of the group.
Well, we'll see. Well,
and then there's, things like Prince Avalanche, which I couldn't tell you.
Dark Knight Rises didn't get any nominations. They're not too hip to the third movie.
I know the second movie did okay for this one. We'll see.
But we'll see. But yeah,
indeed.
That's the end of our first Park City Dispatch. We'll be coming to you with a lot more videos and content in the coming days. So stay tuned to the award circuit. So for Terrence and Joey, we're signing off.